Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well. Today's video is going to be another COVID-19 update, specifically on what the NHS is doing to deal with the COVID-19 pandemic. In the UK, we are preparing for the worst case scenario and we are trying our best to keep people as safe as possible. Everything else is put on hold for now while we face this pandemic like the rest of the world. Since last week, UK has increased the number of tests carried out for the virus. We have also started testing frontline staff, healthcare workers, and high-risk groups. Apart from that, we are also increasing the number of hospital beds available. From what I've heard, the NHS has made a deal with private hospitals to provide around 8,000 more beds across the UK. Under the terms of this new deal, the private sector will be reimbursed at cost, meaning no profit will be made by the private sector under this deal. This will be a huge hit to the private sector, but we are dealing with a global emergency, so we will need to work together in this situation. Other than that, all elective and non-urgent surgeries have been postponed until further notice. Patients who are medically fit for discharge will also be transferred to community care or nursing homes much sooner. These measures will hopefully free up more NHS beds. Apart from providing more ITU beds, the NHS is also mass buying ventilators. Invasive ventilation is a crucial treatment for severely ill patients with COVID-19. It can make a huge difference in terms of disease progression and severity. So having access to more ventilators will mean that we will be able to treat more people effectively in a timely manner. The NHS is also going to recruit extra staff over the next few months. Around 10,000 more nurses and 700 more doctors will be recruited to help manage the expected surge in cases over the next few weeks. Part-time and locum NHS staff will be asked to cover as many shifts as they can. I've also heard that former doctors and nurses who have left the NHS but still hold a valid license will be asked to rejoin the workforce if possible. Apart from that, most junior doctors will not be moving to their new rotations in April. Junior doctors normally change rotations every 4 months. Due to this pandemic, most hospitals and deaneries have advised that doctors remain in their same speciality and rotation at least for the next 4 months. So there will be less time spent by doctors learning their new roles, which is often the case during changeovers or when they move to a new rotation. Junior doctors working in supernumerary roles will also be asked to cover busier departments like A&E and general medicine. Because of the COVID-19 pandemic, most medical school exams and final year OSCEs have been cancelled, but the GMC has asked medical schools not to stop final year students from graduating due to exam cancellations. Medical schools have been asked to use other form of assessments or coursework to allow their final year students to graduate as soon as possible. Some universities are also allowing their students to graduate early. There is also a similar plan in place for final year nursing students as well. I also want to mention that the NHS has also promised to provide more protective gear to frontline staff. Last week, some hospitals have reported a shortage of personal protective equipment gear for staff to use to prevent exposure to COVID-19. The face mask, short gloves and apron worn by NHS staff was also criticized as being far short of the WHO recommendations. The NHS has definitely stepped this up and is now providing more protective gear in line with the current WHO standards. There is also a possibility that a drug development company based in the UK will start trialling new drugs and treatment against the COVID-19 very soon. Although this will be on a small scale as the trial is in its early stages, it will help some patients who will otherwise not survive the virus. Lastly, there is a plan to also help vulnerable groups of people, especially the homeless community and rough sleepers. They will be given a temporary place to stay during this pandemic to help them stay safe and self-isolate if necessary. So far, more than 300 rooms have been offered by hotels to homeless charities with the aim to protect rough sleepers from the spread of the virus. This is good news because it is almost impossible for the homeless community to self-isolate. That is all of my video today. Please do follow the latest advice by your local government wherever you are. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel for more videos and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.